Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm again shooting after so long. I'm shooting a vlog, a few days in my life, because I again thought that my life might become a bit interesting in the coming few days, so I'll share that with you. So today, right now, I'm ready to go meet a friend after very long. So we are basically going to South City, and then we'll decide where we'll go. We have a lot of options there, like there's crepe, a lot of the drinks. Chili's is also there. Let's see where we can go, and I'll quickly show you the outfit. I didn't go overboard. It's just a simple basic outfit. This is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this simple black t-shirt and this basic cargo. These cargos are from H&M, and I love this bit of this cargo, and that's all I'm wearing. Yeah, so see you in the coming clips, whatever.
I accepted IITs. You can have this in my children take everything. Yeah, but my point is that look, because I remember the hard copy the most this is further aspect of the same from a different
Hi you guys, so I'm again back to connect a little bit with you guys, because I have not done buck in this whole video. So I finished all these three books of ACOTAR series. I know it's been so long that I've been reading this. I was on and off the book. I'll share my honest review, what I feel from a 26 years old, since these are kind of teen fictions, but actually it has, sometimes it really has some heavy like concepts to understand, which I think it's a bit for the adults. So anyway, I'll share. First, I'll start with this book. So it started off as a very basic fantasy novel. It was like a human girl falling in love with a fairy and all that. After I reached through half of this book, I was in shock. There was so much twist. You will get to know. This is a very neutral review. I will not share any story or any spoiler. But after reaching through half of this book, my mouth was constantly like, what the hell is happening, because it has so many twists and turns, and it kept me on the hook from half of the book. Not the first half, because it's very normal, some typical love story, blah blah blah, very boring. But the next half, you got me there with, kept me so much hooked that instantly I was on to the second book, which is, oh my god guys, this is the favorite book of the series. I mean, it's so good. I can't even. Okay, so the very first few, the very first few pages of this book, it just turns this book around. It's like it is the tip of the iceberg of this series, and this is actually the book we are talking about. Like, this is from where the actual story starts. So in the very first half, kind of bringing us from the perspective that was set in this book, it was slowly, the perspective was turning into something completely different, but also equally beautiful. So yeah, in between I was kind of sent on a reading slump. Also, I was not getting time. So around 50 to 100 pages, it was a reading slump for me. But for the next half, again, Sarah J. Maas did it. Sarah J. Maas really did it. Like, I love this book. I would rate this book a solid 4 out of 5, and this one is 5 out of 5. Okay, no, I'll cut 1 point, 4.9 out of 5, because that 100 pages really sent me on a reading slump. Bringing to which, this last 2-3 pages was a roller coaster, which bring us to this book. Now, this is a book, it's almost like 700 pages. In spite of like having a busy schedule, I completed this book roughly within 2 weeks. I completed this in 2 weeks, yes. I love the politics in this book. I love how the war, it's mainly about the war that was set. I'll not go into much details, but this is a book that didn't send me in any slump, though this 700 pages could have been a bit shorter, like around 500. Those 200 pages were a little bit extra, where though some might like it because it also gives some dimension to the characters, I believe, but also like I enjoyed it. Like, it was not really a slump, but yeah, it could have been more fast paced. Like, those 200 pages could have been cut short, but some of them might like it because it gives more definition and dimension to the characters. So I think this book was amazing. So this book I would rate 4.9 as a, I know if this is 4.9, this A Coat of Mist and Fury, then I'll rate it as 4.8, because this book, I mean, the content, the emotions that were running while reading this book was insane. I cried, I laughed, I don't know, it was an amazing book. So I'll rate it as 4.8, just because this was a better, I mean, I can't really compare, but yeah, this is a slightly better book because it has a better storyline. This is kind of like predictable, but also not really predictable, but I would say like it's about the wars, it's the politics, and keeping the readers on the edge, but it's just more twists to the story. Anyway, so that is all about ACOTAR series. Now the next 2 books I have left, I know, but I'll keep this aside because right now I am not reading ACOTAR series anymore. This is because, okay, change in some angle. This is because I'm right now reading Midnight Sun, and I'm through this much, only this much, like around 161 pages. So, if you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of Twilight Saga. I read every one of those books when I was in school, and I was obsessed. I read those books over and over again, and I almost remember the incidents sequentially. I was so obsessed with the book. So I had to hop on this book as soon as I heard about this, because I was not at all keeping in touch with all this book world. But when I heard that Midnight Sun was out in actual paper, speaking of which, there was some leaked version of Stephanie Meyer. It was probably around 250 to 300 pages. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, there was some leaked version online before this book was published. So I got a hand on those because obviously I was a crazy ass fan of these books. So I read those, and it was so beautiful. I mean, the way Edward expresses and sees so much through Bella. He actually notices what Bella does and the reaction why she does all those things. This is so adorable. I loved those. So I had to take up this book. But now, when I read those, I was probably 17 or 18, I don't remember. But now, coming from a 26 years old point of view, I think things are a bit immature from Edward's end, because this kind of obsessive nature can be a little bit unsettling and unacceptable. And it's almost like he's jobless or what. He's always like after Bella and everything. Though I won't say that I'm not enjoying reading, because although I know what happens, there's like, I mean, this book is a whole spoiler, because obviously we all know the Twilight story and what's gonna happen. Everyone knows. So this book is basically more about understanding Edward's psychology. So I think I'm enjoying reading it, though I don't say that I can completely agree with Edward. Like, I am just saying that he's righteous in his every movement, but also at the same time, I'm enjoying this book. So, no doubt, it's a good book so far. So, if you're not a Twilight fan, obviously you can skip this book. Not a big deal to leave out on this book. So yeah, that's it for my book update. Hope you like this mini rant and chatting segment.